Hey everyone, I've got a really sweet matchup for you today. Might be the matchup I'm most excited for that I've done on my channel so far. This is a Black Panther aggression deck that I'll be taking up against Ultron on heroic difficulty as I continue my journey to beat every scenario in the game on heroic difficulty using a different hero. When I started getting into heroic about a couple years ago, it was to do matchups exactly like this, where I'm playing cards that target the scenario really well. The features of the scenario allow these cards to really shine, to reach their full potential. When you do that, even expert difficulty can be sort of trivial, so you bump that difficulty up to heroic, and you get this really fun back and forth game where you're doing lots of powerful things, the villain throws a lot of stuff back at you, and you just get these incredible games with lots of interesting decisions and lots of stuff happening. So in this scenario, we've got Black Panther, who is one of the probably best heroes in the game at countering Ultron because of Black Panther's Retaliate in hero form. So Ultron throws out all of these one-health drones. When they attack Black Panther, they're just going to die right away. So that's the first thing that matches up really well. Also, Ultron just puts so many minions on the board that we can take advantage of a lot of aggressions, minion killing cards that reward you for being engaged with minions, cards that prey on minions, allowing you to attack them, or Hall of Heroes. And so that goes really well against Ultron as well. So putting them together, this Black Panther aggression deck focused on minion slaying has a really nice matchup against Ultron on heroic difficulty. If you saw my last video, I posted a link on the description of my homepage where it's basically a tool where you can look at all the different matchups I've done on the channel so far. You can see the deck archetypes. One thing I put in there by each video is I called it the scenario specificity, how tuned the deck is for that exact scenario. It might not be the most versatile deck against other scenarios, but that game is going to be really fun because we're using a lot of these cards to their full potential. And so this one is definitely going to get a high ranking on that column because of how geared it is towards the scenario. I would say Black Panther overall is probably in the bottom third of heroes in terms of power level. No resource generating ability on the identity card. All these Wakanda Forevers are kind of dead cards until we've played these 2-cost upgrades into play that do nothing when they're immediately played. Black Panther's saving grace is that he has one of the straight-up best cards in the game in terms of the Golden City, drawing 2 cards a turn. He's also got 3 extra double resources. They're even wild resources in Vibranium. So that's the strength of Black Panther. And look, I mean, obviously he's still a good hero, but just there's a lot of good heroes in the game, so I put him in around the bottom third. Filling out the deck, so we've got 3 copies of Bring It. This is one of those best cards against Ultron. We get all these drones. Bring It can easily be drawing 2 cards when we play it. We can only play 1 per phase, but I'm playing 3 copies just because it's such good value if we're able to draw multiple cards off of it at any point in the game. We've got 2 Relentless Assaults, 3 Fusillades. As we're drawing all these cards with Golden City and Hall of Heroes, we need something to actually spend those resources on. We can only play so many allies in a deck like this. So these let us throw some damage into Ultron in the case of Fusillades. Relentless Assault is pretty good against drones. For one thing, we can overkill a lot of damage into Ultron, or killing advanced Ultron drones, which have 4 health. This attacks for 5, so that's pretty fair. Chase them down. Aggression, we're always a little light on thwarting, but in this scenario, chase them down is pretty easy to trigger with all the drones. I mentioned Hall of Heroes. We don't have too much in the way of resource generating upgrades and supports because a lot of time spent putting those types of things into play are putting our suit or our Black Panther upgrades into play. We've got so many double resources, so we don't want to play too many resource generators here, but these are obviously just crazy. Hall of Heroes probably draws, honestly in this scenario, might draw 3 cards every single turn. Quinn Carriers may be debatable, but I really wanted to play build support to help get this. But if I draw one of these in hand, I probably want to play it right away anyways. So build support can get Quinn Carrier. As well, I wanted something else in the deck for build support to get if we've already got these in play. Lock and Load, really nice, relative, somewhat new card for Black Panther. Helps get either the Panther Claws or the Energy Daggers from our deck. And then nothing crazy in the allies. These are just some of the best allies, usual suspects out of basic. Throg, really good. We're almost always going to have a minion engaged with us for him to get tough. Sunfire is actually really good against Ultron. There's several different attachments that Sunfire can discard. So there we go. That's a look at the deck. Like I said, pretty as much tuned towards the Ultron scenario as you can possibly get. So I can promise that if you want to take this deck for a spin against Ultron, it'll be extremely fun. Certainly when I played this matchup about a year ago, not before I started my channel, one of the most fun games I've ever played. But if you try to bring it against just any old deck, it'll be fine. I mean, you're playing good allies, you're playing relevant cards, but really going to prey on Ultron here, even on heroic difficulty. So let's talk about the scenario a little bit. So we'll take a look at the Ultron scenario here as we prepare to face it on heroic difficulty, always trying to get every edge we can get, understanding what encounter cards might come out of the deck. I won't read all of this in detail. Ultron is a core set scenario after all, so I can save ourselves some time. We'll probably spend most of the game on main scheme 2B, where we get this choice of getting a drone or getting 2 extra threat. We'll almost always get a drone, right? If we're in alter ego form, it represents 1 fewer threat. If we're in hero form, that drone will attack and die right away because we're playing Black Panther. This is just too low of a scheme. It'll probably go to 2. And then if we get here, we're in trouble. We're on a real clock because we can't remove threat there. Ultron's also got this attack ability, puts an extra drone into play, buffs his attack. Notably, that ability is gone when we go to stage 3. So actually, stage 3 is quite a bit easier than stage 2, I think. Gives all drones +1 attack, +1 hit point, but can't take damage while a drone is in play. So it's annoying, but it doesn't continually give us more drones, which is nice. Most of the encounter cards we've got, or a lot of them, simply just give us extra drones, which are not bad at all because they're only takes 1 point of damage to defeat them. Android Efficiency gives drones. Swarm Attack gives drones unless there's a drone ready to attack, but most drones should already be dead in the villain phase when we're in hero form. Repair Sequence, I guess, okay, so this one heals Ultron for 2 for each drone in play. So it's always good to keep a little bit of damage sustained on Ultron so that this doesn't surge. If there's if no damage is healed, then this surges. Yeah, okay. So some of our checks for scenarios are always extra activations. So Ultron has extra activations in Rage of Ultron, so it matches whatever form we're in, either Ultron scheming or Ultron attacking. We look for auto damage that's outside of an attack. And Ultron doesn't have any of that, actually. I guess Concussive Blast does count for that. So I'm keeping it under attack. I've already tailored this deck so much to fight Ultron. I didn't want to cheese it even more with the choice of modular set. So I've kept it the same as recommended with under attack. Concussive Blast is a very annoying card. Deals 1 damage to each friendly character, so that might kill off our allies if we're not careful. Need to play around. We'll be playing around that a little bit throughout the game, I expect. And yeah, besides that, that's all I really have to say on it. I mentioned we're playing Sunfire. We've got 5 different attachments that Sunfire can discard. So Sunfire is a really nice card against Ultron. Some side schemes, Ultron drones that spawn a drone when defeated. But yeah, like I said, it's all about getting all these little drones in play and then feasting on them with Hall of Heroes, Bring It, or Retaliate to clean them up. Ultimately, just, yeah, keeping an eye on the main scheme, making sure we've got blockers. Ultron does hit for a lot of damage, so making sure we have blockers every turn is another major key to dealing with Ultron. And that's what I'm looking out for in this scenario. So with that, we're ready to get into the game. All right, another video with a second attempt at recording due to rules mistake in the first. Hard thing for this scenario is remembering to have the drones activate if they're put into play before that time of the villain phase. So forgot that on a crucial turn. Would have actually, well, could have played differently, but would have probably schemed out on main scheme 2 at one point. if I'd remembered to put 2 extra threat there. Did end up winning the game, but of course not really valid anymore. So we try again. Hopefully we'll have a clean game, or at least nothing that alters things as much as I had there. Oh, thought I was missing something. All right, so okay, shuffle this, but the when revealed of this will happen before we draw our hands. And then after we draw hands and resolve mulligans, we will resolve T'Challa's setup ability of finding a Black Panther upgrade and putting it to hand. Got the Ultron drones environment in play. Just tells us that drones, face-down drones, are 1/1/1. Probably going to get a Vibranium suit with our setup ability. I like that it can heal to keep us alive. I'm planning to kill a bunch of these drones with Retaliate, but we do need to take their attacks in order to kill them. So I want to keep a high health total. Okay, so we'll do this when revealed. We'll get a drone and draw our 6-card hand. Okay, double resource, definitely a keep. Certainly none of these are keeps. So we might keep the energy daggers as a thing to play. But I'm actually not going to keep it. It's very rare that I want to play 2 Black Panther upgrades turn 1. Would love to play an ally, would love to dig towards Golden City. And we're going to draw, we're going to draw another one to play. So draw mulligan 5 cards, draw 5 cards. Okay, still no ally. It's quite a problem. Although the way the turn goes, we could possibly stay in alter ego form. So let's go use our setup. Let's get Vibranium suit. We've got Bring It for 1 draw to try to see an ally. Yeah, I really don't think I can even risk it though. So Ultron's first attack will come in for 3 plus a boost, plus 1 from the drone that we get. So that's probably around 4 plus 1 or 2. If he attacks again, that's going to be coming in for 4 plus a boost. Can always defend. So I can play 2 2-cost cards. Or I could play Quinn Carrier plus a 2-cost card. Leave Genius left over. Yikes, this is just not a good opening hand at all. Okay, I'm going to stay in alter ego. And either probably play Hall of Heroes and just one of these. I think Hall of Heroes is going to be better. So I will just play the Vibranium suit. Pay 2 for Vibranium suit. Pay 2 for Hall of Heroes. end the turn and be sad. Well, there's some allies. So 1 on the main scheme, Ultron schemes for 2, 3, 4. So we'll go to Assault on NORAD, giving us a drone. Those drones both scheme for 1. And 2 encounter cards. Concussive Blast, ooh, okay, that's an amazing card right now. 1 damage to each friendly character. Lucky to draw that with no allies in play. Repair Sequence, Ultron heals 2 for each drone, but he's already at full. If no damage was healed, this card gains Surge. Advanced Ultron Drone. Okay. Thor's an interesting one. Could sweep up some of these guys. It's interesting that we took a damage, so we can actually use the Vibranium suit. If we get the Vibranium, well, okay. I was thinking about playing Lock and Load, thwarting it. Then I could play Wakanda Forever and Sunfire. That cleans up quite a lot. Yeah, let's do that. Pay 1 for Lock and Load. Question is, do I get Energy Daggers or Claws? If I get Energy Daggers, I think we'll have 1 drone left over. Oh yeah, it's got to be Energy Daggers. Let's thwart for 2. When defeated, search for a weapon upgrade with cost of 3 or less, put it into play. Get the Energy Daggers. Actually, I'm not sure how this works. Can I still, if I move 1 damage, oh, okay, let's play Sunfire. Can I still trigger Vibranium Suit last if I only have 1 damage taken? I know I couldn't do 2 damage to something, but can I even do the ability if I don't have 2 damage to move? I'm not sure, so I'm going to be conservative on the ruling, but let me know what you think about that. Don't know if it makes a difference. Well, no, there'd be no reason to do it last anyways. No, more of a curiosity. I guess if I wanted this, no, that wouldn't work anyways. Okay, so we'll go Wakanda Forever. Yeah, it's slightly awkward. Yeah, there's no way to clear up everything, I think. Wakanda Forever. Vibranium Suit, move 1 damage from me to this guy. Energy Daggers deal 2 to the villain and each enemy engaged with me. cleans up the drones. 2 more damage here. Okay, I actually don't know how this works either. If this minion attacks me, retaliates and dies, we get a drone. Does that attack me and die right away? Or did it miss its window to be told to attack? I don't know. Well, Sunfire needs to block for me anyways, so I'm just going to not risk getting that ruling wrong. We'll attack the Ultron drone. When defeated, we get the drone. Oh, should have counted this here. Actually, I should have had Sunfire attack first of all anyways, but I killed 2 drones with the energy daggers. And should have killed the 3rd because I should have attacked with Sunfire first. But oh well. All right, so we'll get 1 on the main scheme. I will choose the option of putting a drone into play. Ultron attacks, we get another drone. This attack is coming in for 5. Sunfire blocks. Boost is 2 more. Sunfire takes all the damage. These guys attack for 3. I'm down to 8. They all die to retaliate. 3 more counters on Hall of Heroes. 2 encounter cards. Invasive AI. When revealed, we discard the top 3 cards of our deck. 3 threat. Upgraded drones. Each face-down drone gets +1 attack and +1 hit point. So we managed not to get a single minion in play, which would have been nice for Throg and for Chase Them Down for what it's worth. So probably just using some resources to clear upgraded drones. And might as well still play Throg because allies are good. I could Hall of Heroes in Alter Ego. We haven't seen Golden City at all. Would be a good play. Thor, Sunfire. We've only seen 3 of our 8 allies. So there's a good chance we draw an ally as well to keep having playable things. We've seen all the armor pieces now. Because I won't be able to spend Hall of Heroes next turn. Even flipping to Alter Ego doesn't feel great because of Ultron's scheming. Okay, I feel like I need to draw into like Psylocke or Professor X are great hits. Nick might draw me into something else. I still think I probably clear this though, to not just have a complete waste of a turn. Well, I'm definitely going to thwart Invasive AI down to 1. Man, and it would be at 6 if I wasn't a dummy. So we'll flip down. No, sorry. Yeah, I'll discard this. Use Vibranium and a Chase Them Down to discard upgraded drones. Flip down, trigger Hall of Heroes. Ooh, nice. Okay. Ooh, all right. Plenty to do here. Start with Golden City for 2. Draw 2. Psylocke is excellent. Would love to play that, but then I don't get to thwart invasive AI. Do we have a double resource left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 vibranium left. If we nick to draw 3, 3 and 5 chance of hitting vibranium, so we could play Nick and Psylocke. Oh, if Nick, we've also got Professor X in there still. So Nick plus Professor X would look solid as well. So we'll go for Nick first. Paying 4, draw 3. Got the vibranium, nice. Pay 4 for Psylocke. Nick thwarts invasive AI, clearing it. Psylocke attacks Ultron. Trigger the interrupt, so she'll do a total of 2 damage and confuse. End the turn. Run out the deck. Professor X will be good this turn, though. The confuse will go away. A lot to thwart on the main scheme. I think this is a big turn. I mean, there's going to be a lot of big turns, but we're really well set up now. So as long as we don't scheme out or something crazy, I don't know. Got enough Black Panther pieces in for Wakanda Forever to be not a dead card. Golden City, of course. All right, 1 on the main scheme, 3 up to 4. We will make a drone. Ultron is confused. The drone schemes for 1. This is how I messed up last time. My Ultron was confused, so I just forgot to have my drones put their threat on the main scheme. Dealt 2 cards, total of 3, and here we go. Ultron's Imperative. 2 threat side scheme gives us 2 more drones. At least these won't be activating this turn, though. Advanced Ultron drone. Android efficiency makes us another drone. Boy, what I wouldn't give for a Bring It this turn. Golden City, try to rip a Bring It in 2 draws. Oh, sad. Oh, Nick Fury goes away. Well, we've got the Wakanda Forever to just absolutely clean up here. So we are looking good. This was a good turn. Flip to hero form. So lots of good options. I do like Professor X a lot. Professor X, Quinn Carrier, Wakanda Forever is an efficient turn. Need to play Wakanda Forever. That's like a no question. It'd be interesting to Relentless Assault the Ultron drone. That's not a huge deal. Mockingbird is like the biggest one I'm thinking about. Or maybe instead of Quinn Carrier, I just play Sunfire as a second blocker to Professor X. We're pretty good with resources. So I don't know about Quinn Carrier. Leave something in the deck for build support to get as well. Yeah, I'm into this. So, okay, what is the order? All right, let's play Sunfire for 2. Well, we're always going to make mistakes, but we can learn from them. We'll attack with Sunfire first on the advanced Ultron drone. Although, yeah, don't know how much of a difference it actually makes. Although I could... Black Panther could just attack to finish this off. I was hoping to use him to thwart, though. Yeah, I need to thwart with him. We'll thwart with 2 on Ultron's Imperative. So Wakanda Forever. We'll deal 1 damage to everybody. With energy daggers. Killing 4 minions. And we'll go up to 6 on Hall of Heroes. Then as the last step, Vibranium Suit. Now I believe this is okay. I can still heal myself for 2. I can move 2 damage to this enemy. It only has 4 health, but we can always deal excess damage to an enemy. So let me know if that's wrong. I would be very surprised if that's wrong. And the impact of the game would be I would heal 1 less. Oh, Ultron should have... Ultron should take 1 damage from the daggers as well. Did I mark that already? I don't think I marked that. Okay, so this dies, we get another drone, get another counter on Hall. Pay 3 for Professor, confuse, thwart 3 on the main. And probably just save Psylocke. Always risky to keep an ally around at 1 health when Concussive Blast is in the deck. Okay, 1 threat on the main scheme. We'll make a drone again. Ultron attacks, make another drone. Professor X blocks. Comes in for 7. Professor takes all of it. These drones come in for 1 each. I'm down to 7. They get retaliated on. We're up to 10 on Hall of Heroes. And we get 2 encounter cards. Rage of Ultron, so this will be another attack. So we'll trigger Ultron's Interrupt, getting a drone. Sunfire will block this one. It comes in for 3 plus a boost for 5. As the effect of Rage of Ultron, we discard from the top of our deck equal to the damage dealt. So that's 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Card number 2. under attack. 3-threat side scheme, either place 2 more threat there or deal 3 damage to our hero. So I generally like the 3 damage because we recover for 4, which on even is +1 health, or we thwart for 2, which is just straight up even. So I think I'm going to take 3 damage. We're not that great at thwarting anyways. All right, and into our turn. Yeah, we'll play Bring It just to cycle. We got 1 minion engaged with us. Oh, Chase Them Down can do some thwarting depending on what we play. I would need to play Fusillade to kill this drone in order to trigger Chase Them Down, which is a super inefficient way to kill a drone. But I'm going to be drawing 5 more cards that can only be used in Alter Ego, so I'm not sure how much I have to play. I'm going to check my allies and Black Panther upgrades. So, no more Black Panther upgrades in the deck. 4 allies in the discard. 5, 6. So there's still 2 allies in this deck that would be playable cards in Alter Ego. I think Shuri is in there. And who's the other one? And Throg is in there. Throg would love to see a minion still engaged with us. But those might be the only playable cards in Alter Ego, which makes me want to spend the resources I've got in hand here. Are there any doubles left in there? Still Genius in the deck, still 1 Vibranium in the deck. Of course, this could be... Drones can always be cards we're still looking for. Oh, 1 Vibranium in the deck. Yeah, obviously want to recover with my activation. Yeah, that's enough stuff to do. Fusillade this is like so overkill. Just don't like how much thwarting I'm not doing. Man, I'm really thinking about thwarting for 2. Can always recover next turn, but we can always thwart next turn. All right, we'll recover this turn, but got a lot of thwarting to do. Let's flip to Alter Ego. Draw 2 with Golden City. Draw 3 with Hall. So 2 there. 3 for Thor, 2 there. Could keep a double resource in hand, or I could keep 2 cards in hand. I could just keep Chase Them Down in hand to make sure I have thwarting. Keep it, chase them down, and bring it in hand. Kind of like that better than a double. Well, bring it's not like guaranteed to be a multi-draw. All our Wakanda Forevers are in there. We're going to be drawing so much. I think I want to keep a double. I'm going to pay 2 for Tactical Genius. Pay 2 for Throg, who gets a tough. Pay 3 for Thor, who gets a tough, just for being Thor. Recover for 4. Back up to 8. And how to use our allies best. So I do like the idea of just thwarting with Psylocke. I can still just use her up next turn, not block, or give up our chance to block, but applying that confuse is so strong. Don't necessarily need to kill this. Keeping the toughs is so good. Maybe I can keep one of the toughs. Okay, I'm gonna have Psylocke thwart. I think this thwarting is a big enough deal. Under attack down to 1. Although killing this is kind of like thwarting for 1, because otherwise that drone is going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. So I guess we attack the drone, which I'll do that with Throg. And then Thor, keep the tough. Yeah, I like that. And these turns of going from alter ego into hero form are always crazy with the card draw here. So run out the deck, get an extra. Tactical Genius might probably be last in the sequence for a while, getting that extra threat removal. Let's draw the rest of our hand. All right, 1 on the main scheme up to 4. We will get a drone. Ultron is confused. The drone schemes for 1. 2 more cards up to 3. And here we go. Caught off guard. Yeah, this is a bad deck for caught off guard. Don't have any 0 or 1 cost stuff. It's probably going to be one of these Black Panther pieces. Not these are way too valuable. I really don't want to get rid of the thwarting one. Energy Daggers is so key. I think I'll discard the suit. It's also a weapon for Fusillade. Vibranium Armor. When Ultron takes damage, he gets a tough. Not an immediate threat at all. Android Efficiency gives us a drone. All right. Now I feel like we're very much in the driver's seat. We kept Psylocke alive. Drawing for 5. We'll be having a good turn here. Let's draw 2 with Golden City. There's a Wakanda Forever for us. Draw 3 with Hall of Heroes. Panther Claws gives us an additional armor piece. Currently at full allies. But I'm gonna use up Psylocke. So do I just discard this right away with my activation? I don't have a terrible amount of thwarting. I think I still use it up though, to make my resources go to good use. My refrigerator is making an infernal noise. I hope that's not too annoying to you guys. Flip to hero form. And we'll activate Vibranium Armor here. Exhaust, spend 2 physical resources to discard. Psylocke will attack, so dealing a total of 2 damage and confuse. Okay, I'm going to think about that again. Because Professor X is the only ally I actually have from hand. So it might not be crazy to just thwart with Psylocke. I might also have enough stuff to play that's not Professor X. Let's play the Panther Claws for 2. That's coming down no matter what. So I could play I'm growing on the idea of thwarting with Psylocke. Or, well, option of just not using Psylocke at all. I don't know if I love that option. Okay, I'm gonna get Quinn Carrier down for sure. Pay 3 for Quinn Carrier. Does mean we'll be out of targets for build support, which we haven't defeated this game. I mean, the resource is working out so perfectly for Professor X and Wakanda Forever. I guess we do have the Quinn Carrier as well, though. It's the downside of Professor X in a non-X-Men deck. We don't always have that fallback of readying an X-Men character. Stunning a minion's obviously not very good. So I could just save Professor X to next turn. No. Okay. So I will play Wakanda Forever. Remove 1 threat. Deal 1 to all enemies. And then as the last step, oh, I thought I still had, okay. I think I would still do this last anyways. Last step, Panther Claws, deal 4. Thought I had the Vibranium suit. Psylocke thwarts for 2 on the main scheme. Pay 3 for Professor X. Confuse. Thwart for 3. Still got that concussive blast to watch out for. So I'm not going to use Throg. I'll keep the tough on Thor as well. Alright, I'm going to discard Fusillade end of turn because it's just not that good of a card compared to our Wakanda Forevers that we want to draw now. Oh, I think I missed some Hall of Heroes in there. Because I killed 2 drones with the energy daggers. Yeah, these 2 cards were drones. Alright, 1 threat on the main scheme. We will get I think we still get drones. Yeah. Ultron attacks, we get another drone. Professor X blocks. Comes in for 5 total, which Professor X just takes. These guys attack for 1 each. We'll go down to 6, retaliate them both. Get 2 more counters. And 2 encounter cards. Repair sequence, Ultron heals 2 for each drone minion engaged, but there are none, so it'll search. Advance hits Ultron's Confuse. And gang up for another attack. So we put in a drone. Oh, I don't know how this rules. Will this drone still attack? I feel like I've seen this exact ruling somewhere. I think it should attack, because it's arguably not even, I don't know which is even worse for me by the Grim rule. I feel like it attacks with me. It would be a weird thing where like, okay, I'm gonna look this one up. Okay, I had a video cut, so I always do a shuffle. I believe the drone from Ultron's trigger will attack, or the drone from Ultron's trigger will attack, yes. I saw a ruling on Hall of Heroes. It didn't explicitly say that, but it was a ruling about like what happens if you've got Ultron and 2 drones. Can you do this in any order? And the answer was like, no, the villain has to go first, and then you do the 3 drone attacks in any order. So the answer had bumped up from 2 to 3, presumably because of Ultron's trigger. So I think that the next one will attack. Which, like I said, I honestly am not sure. It's probably worse for me that it attacks right away, because if it's in play, it can trigger, like, chase them down. Okay. So, okay. Although now I can't remember if I already put that into play off of the interrupt. Because I had 2 that attacked me. Then we drew advance, which hit the confuse. Or maybe we surged this one already. Okay, I think I already put that into play. Yeah. So someone needs to block this one. We'll have Thor block the attack. So coming in for 3 plus 0. Then the drone will attack me for 1 and retaliate and die. To 9 counters on Hall of Heroes. All right. Well, we lost the confuse, but we can have this down to 0. And do we have both advances gone? Advance and Rage of Ultron are the cards that matter. Advance, Rage of Ultron. No, there's still one advance and still... No, there's a second Rage of Ultron. Seen both Age of Ultron, but only one advance. Okay. Also not yet seen Under Fire. Yeah. The tricky, some games we might just be like in hero form the rest of the game. But with Hall of Heroes and Golden City, we just get such insane value when we can make it to Alter Ego. Can do a fair bit of damage here though. 2 Wakanda Forevers. Or I just play Mockingbird and 1 Wakanda Forever. Or I do 2 Wakanda Forevers, use my draw from these guys to play Mockingbird. Yeah, I like the look of that. Even if we do make it to main scheme 3, we're up to a pretty fast clock now. We could just win the game on main scheme 3. So let's Wakanda Forever. Start with a threat. Then 1 damage to everybody. Then 4 damage. Play Wakanda Forever number 2. Thwart nothing. I'm actually going to spend Chase Them Down for this. Build support could still... okay, we already saw Master Plan, but having a player side scheme out still has value if it eats a Master Plan encounter card. So I'm actually going to spend Chase Them Down for this one. So we thwart for nothing. Or if we caught off guard, a support later. Anyways, we thwart for nothing, 1 damage to everyone. 4 damage, down to 2. Actually, that was dumb. But, okay, no, I'm gonna just do this one. We haven't gotten any new information. I think this is actually going to be really good here. Because if we advance, we get Ultron's Imperative. I can still deal with everything. And, well, maybe I want to recover, though. So maybe I don't want Ultron's Imperative. We've got Bring It still in the deck, which is always nice when we can bring it on the turn we go to stage 3. So maybe I won't advance, which if I'm not advancing, then I would rather just pay with that. Yeah, I'm not going to advance. But we'll flip down, recover for 4. Draw 2. Draw 3 with Hall of Heroes. So there's Bring It. So I'm going to keep... Honestly, using this, it's more of crafting next turn's hand. I'm not expecting to get value out of every single thing here. So, like, I want to keep these in hand. Could keep the double and spend these 3 on Mockingbird. Nick could be a decent card to keep as well, but we're gonna have full allies. Oh, okay. Spend these 3 Mockingbird, stun. Just keep these 3 in hand. Save the activations here. Might get some value from dealing at 1 right now. Sure, I'll attack for 1. Down to 1. And the turn, keeping 3 cards in hand. Ooh, can even start with Ancestral Knowledge. Get exactly what we want in the deck. So 1 on the main scheme. We'll get a drone. Ultron schemes for 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it 5 with the drone. So advance doesn't necessarily push us to 3. Assault surges. Under fire, surges first. Swarm attack. Each drone engaged with your hero attacks. We are not currently a hero, so we will instead put the top card of our deck engaged face down. We run out the deck, get an encounter card, still under fire card, number 2 coming. We'll look at that and think about it as we shuffle. Android efficiency will give us another drone. Oh yeah, oh bring it. It's gonna be sweet. Can't really use Ancestral Knowledge anymore. Yeah, even if we go to main scheme 3, might even prefer it. It's one more card with bring it. And then this gives us a drone. Program Transmitter, +1 scheme. After Ultron schemes, add 1 threat to each side scheme. Concussion Blasters, retaliate 1. Well, here we go. Wouldn't be crazy to win this turn. Golden City, draw 2. Hall of Heroes, draw 3. We can even get the full suit. Flip to hero form. Guess I should get rid of, well actually Ultron won't retaliate when we defeat this stage. That's actually kind of funny. I probably want to clear that anyways, so I'll just make sure I don't get that wrong. Exhaust, spend 2 energy to discard. Concussion, Blasters. Mockingbird, attack for 1. So that defeats this stage of Ultron. We go to stage 3, which makes us find the Ultron's Imperative side scheme, which we did see already, yes. And 27 health. When revealed, we get, yeah, this reveals it, right? Yep. Two drones. And now every drone has +1 attack and +1 hit point. But that's fine because we can just use energy daggers last in the sequence. So now we'll play Bring It to draw 5 cards. Feel very good about ourselves. And just do a crazy amount of damage. So Ultron can't take any damage while the drone is in play, so we can't just Relentless Assault. Man, so many rulings questions this game. Does Relentless Assault, if Relentless Assault kills the last drone, does that still deal 4 damage to Ultron? Or is all the damage simultaneous? I don't think I would do that anyways, because Energy Daggers is going to sweep up the drones. Oh, Ultron not taking damage while drones are in play is also awkward for Wakanda Forever, just because the 2 damage kind of needs to be last to hit all these drones, but then we won't do any damage to Ultron during that. How do we only get 1 Wakanda Forever? All right. Pay 2 for Vibranium Suit. Guess we just go Wakanda Forever right now. Wakanda Forever. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Do the main scheme. Move 1 damage from us to a drone. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. We'll kill a drone. And don't know if I'm supposed to wait till the end of that sentence of Wakanda Forever, but I'm going to chase them down one way or another, whether it's supposed to be interrupted right now or at the end of resolving Wakanda Forever. I'm not entirely sure. But this has to be from an attack. So Energy Daggers is not an attack, but Panther Claws is an attack. So remove the 2 threat here. Then last is Energy Daggers, dealing 2 damage to everyone. Which I still don't think this hits the villain. Well, yeah, there was 3 Wakanda Forevers were drones. Get 4 more counters on Hall of Heroes. We'll play Fusillade, exhausting a weapon to deal 5. So I could, yeah, I think I'll play Nick and draw, because I am kind of lacking stuff to do with this hand. So pay 4 for Nick, ditch Mockingbird due to ally limit. Draw 3 cards. If anything, just to get closer to Wakanda Forever next time through the deck. Actually, Professor X looks really good as well. I was thinking Sunfire to discard this. But Confuse should just completely wrap things up. And then attack for crazy damage next turn. And this turn, I mean, okay, we did see No, wait, no. There was still... Okay, the other advance is still in there. But that should be the only way we get threat added. Yeah, and even if it does, it's fine. So, just saying, yeah. So I won't even thwart that with Nick. Nick will attack for 2. Pay 3 for Professor X, ditching Nick. Confuse. Thwart for 3. Oh, I'm also realizing we have Concussive Blast left. So I might not go for all the damage. We're actually very likely to hit Concussive Blast. So then I'll pay 2 for Sunfire. Yeah, I'll be a little conservative. I might just attack with no one. Anyone who attacks dies to Concussive Blast. There's 5 cards left. Maybe I'll get him there with Thor, just because he's the biggest attack. So if we don't get Concussive Blast, like this is the most damage. And if we do want to try to win next turn in hero form if we can. In which case doing as much damage as possible would be nice, but like worst case scenario we get Concussive Blast and then another attack, we've got no blockers. Very annoying. So I'm just going to keep it like that, I think. Fusillade, nice chunk of damage. Oh, double Fusillade, there we go. That should be a lot of damage. No Wakanda Forevers though, so if we get to keep all our allies, it's lethal, but I have to see what we get. So I'm gonna do 2 extra threat on the main scheme this time, since a drone stops us from attacking, or stops us from damaging Ultron. Ultron is stunned. And hopefully we see that advance here in these 2 encounter cards. Alright, Assault is going to be another attack. So we're going to get a boost, which if Concussive Blast is the boost, will also trigger Concussive Blast. So I'm going to, if I block with Thor, I give up a shot at lethal damage. But I don't just waste Thor to Concussive Blast, so we'll block with Thor. Attack comes in for 4. There's Concussive Blast. Oh, is there some... Does this, like, stop Thor from defending the attack? I kind of think it does. Okay, sorry, I need to look this up as well. Yeah. Okay, it actually, so I was correct, but it's kind of funny how it works out. Because we might still have the lethal. Because, so Thor goes to 0. The attack is now resolved as if it was just attacking me. So, okay, everyone else suffers the Concussive Blast. And then the attack is coming in for 4 on me, down to 5. But I actually do retaliate 1, so we've still got lethal, depending on what this last card is. I know I cut the video. I guess I'll I suppose I should reshuffle with this as well. I mean, you guys, I swear on my life I didn't touch it. We can look at these cards anyways. We'll see if any of these cards left would have stopped me. Okay, yep, so that's totally fine. So we discard like Tactical Genius. All right. So yeah, so we've got Fusillade twice with 2 weapons for 10 damage, and then attacking for 6 for the game. So what these other cards were. One was an advance. Oh, exhaustion. So exhaustion would have taken lethal away, I guess. But I mean, come on, look at the position we're in. I wouldn't have cheesed it just for that last push. But okay, there we go. So I forget what I said earlier. This was my second. Oh, I did mention it earlier. So this was my second attempted filmed game. Hope it was clean. But that was a sweet game. That was exactly what I wanted to get out of this matchup. Right, we picked a deck. We picked a lot of cards that specifically take advantage of Ultron and all these little drone minions. But it's a super fun way to play. I hope you can see that. And we're still playing on heroic difficulty, so it's still plenty of a challenge. We haven't just completely trivialized the game into a 100% victory. So really fun game. We're now done my first pass through the core set heroic scenarios. Ultimately, I think I need to go back and redo Captain Marvel. I was alerted to some mistakes there. But we've now beaten the core set scenarios with 3 different heroes from the core set on heroic difficulty. Stay tuned for my next video. I've got a strategy video that'll be coming out. I'm really excited about that one. Been scripting that one out a bit. Not sure when the next gameplay will be, because I'm going to take my time with that one, and then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. might be out in February. Got some holidays in there. But anyways, if you're subscribed, you'll be notified when that goes up. Otherwise, keep checking in on my channel for more fun heroic content. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next one.